Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about the psychological reasons for rotating max effort exercises. And this is something that when the whole conjugate system gets brought up, a lot of people forget about, or they don't understand. They'll say, hey, how could doing all these different variations really carry over to your maxes? Yet, ironically, everyone who runs this system, when they go to hit the actual classic lifts, has no trouble hitting really good maxes, right? You guys watched me do nothing but variations of the box squat, and my previous best back squat over the age of 40 was 485. That's the best I had done on camera, best I had done over age 40, doing nothing but box squats. Took it up to 522, then doing variations of the back squat with chains and things, took it up to 552, right? Classic lift wasn't required. Same thing, this 615 deadlift here. I didn't do any conventional deadlifting to get my deadlift back past 600. First time I did a real conventional deadlift in a year was 605. Then a few weeks later, 615. Okay, the point is they do carry over as long as the strength is there. But let's talk about the actual why, because you'll get people who will say, well, it doesn't make sense rotating these different lifts, like why would you do that? And we could discuss the physiology, but the purpose of this video is going to be to discuss the psychology. So discuss the psychology. And the idea is that if you have enough different lift variations, and it could be for the squat or the bench press or whatever, you get used to PRing every single week. Okay, that's the important thing. You get used to setting PRs. And it doesn't matter that, well, you're squatting on a 12-inch box for some of your PRs, and you switch to an 11-inch box, and obviously you're going to be a hair weaker. Like in this case, I'm going very deep on that 11-inch box. Change different chains, change different bands, change different bars. You PR all the time. And that might sound really funny to a lot of people, like, well, what's the point? That's just ego. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. You nailed it. It's ego. We build confidence. See, everyone has this idea in their head that ego is a bad thing. Now, if you're talking about ego lifting as if you're cheating weights up or using bad form, ego lifting is not the same thing as having an ego. Having a good, solid, strong ego is actually essential to achieving your best potential. In other words, a person who doesn't think very much of themselves is not going to be very good at anything, right? In other words, if you don't think much of yourself, how well do you think you're going to perform in a sport or your strength or your job or your relationships? Okay? People with low self-esteem suck. And I'm going to be honest there. If you have a low self-esteem, you will suck at almost everything that you do, because you have chosen to look down upon yourself. And if you look down upon yourself, your expectations are low, and you program yourself to just be useless and worthless because you believe that you are. That makes sense? You're programmed to be a bad person and be a worthless person because that is what you decided you're going to be. That's what you decided in your head that you are, and therefore that is what you will be. Hitting PRs all the time builds confidence. It programs your brain to say, I hit PRs, I'm a winner. And if people can't understand that, I really don't know what to tell you. If you don't understand the value of that and becoming stronger and better, to program yourself to say, I hit PRs, that I'm strong, that I'm a winner, that I'm a champion, that I'm always improving, and then manifesting it physically through hitting the PRs all the time, you might want to reevaluate the way that you understand motivation and making productive, useful people. Okay, this is how you do it. In this case, towards lifting. And carry over to other things in your life. But the way I've heard Louis Simmons break it down, is that he doesn't want you to miss the same lift multiple times, because your brain, he will say your body, but it's really your brain. Your brain knows that that movement beat you up. It beat you up last time. You go to hit it again and you get beat up twice by the same movement, You hit an all-out max or you miss a lift, third time you go to do that movement, you're going to be weaker because you've programmed your brain to say, I get defeated by that movement. I don't hit PRs on that movement anymore. That's your expectation. Okay, you're defeated. You're beat up. You're beat down by the conventional deadlift, for example. Okay. The way I've heard him word that is that when he saw him talking to a group of coaches who were like track and field coaches. And really, it's beautifully worded. He told them, look, if I'm running girls out here for meets, and they go to a meet and this girl from this other school beats my girl, do you think at the next meet I want to go to a meet where that girl's going to be at again and run her against her again? 2 weeks later, 1 week later, do you think that's a good idea, or is that going to beat my girl down? It's going to beat my athlete down because they're going to get defeated twice by the same person. They're going to get beat twice. You're going to program in their brain that they're slower than that person. They're going to lose to that person. And they will. It's psychological. So what he said is that I'm not going to run her against her again. I'm going to keep working on her skills. I'm going to make her stronger and make her faster with training. And in the meantime, I'm going to go take her to a meet to run against some different girls that she can beat. He's going to run that athlete, that runner, against people that they can beat. Why? It builds them up. It builds confidence. It instills in their brain that they're a winner, that they're improving, that they're faster. Okay? And in the meantime, that's not all you do. You build them up physically. So when we look at these max lifts, isn't that what we do? We do supplemental work. We do special exercises, as he calls it, or as a lot of us call it, accessory movements. Well, a lot of times we're maxing on the accessory movements, the assistance movements, I mean. And we do accessory work to build everything up. Okay? If you know that your deadlifting in general needs more hamstrings, you're going to do a bunch of hamstring work. Do a bunch of hamstring work. You know that you missed your last conventional deadlift and it beat you up because your hamstrings are weak. You go work on your hamstrings. If you know that your mid-back was weak, you're going to work on your mid-back. And you're going to go do other deadlifts. You can do some sumo deadlifts. You can do block pulls. You can do deficit deadlifts. You can do deadlifts against bands, deadlifts against chains. All right? You can have 7 or 8 other deadlifts that you continue to do, that you come in a new one. Oh, I haven't done this one in a while. Oh, I hit a 5-pound PR on it. Never done this one, so this is a PR the first time I hit a max on it. All right, you're going to go PR on 3, 4, 5, 6 other deadlifts while you build up the weak area. Why? Because you know that every time that you deadlift, you're going to PR because you're a winner and you PR when you deadlift. You PR when you pull. I mean, you've done it 6 times in a row now. On a sumo, on a 1-inch deficit, on a 2-inch deficit, on a 1-inch block pull, on a pull against 50 pounds of chains, pull against 100 pounds of bands. You PR'd all of them. That's what you do every time you pull, you PR. That's what you've now programmed your brain to do. You've programmed yourself to say, I'm a winner. I PR when I hit these lifts. While you actually built the physical strength to do so. You continue to train those hamstrings. You know, if your hamstrings are the weak link, you did a ton of glute ham raises. You got really strong at banded or weighted glute ham raises, where you do a lot of reps. You spent a couple of months building your hamstrings, focusing on them, maximizing them, because they made you miss your last conventional deadlift. Okay, then you come in and you're PRing. Every time you deadlift, it's a PR. You've built your hamstrings up, so by the time you get back around to racing against that same athlete again, as he described it, what happens? You're now ready to beat them. You're ready to beat them. You're stronger, you're faster, you've been winning. It's psychological. Because the other lifts are where we build the physical strength, we manifest that strength. We display that strength on the maxes. But now you PR all the time. It's just what you do. You're a winner who hits a PR. You hit tons of PR. That's what you do. I PR every week. Now what? When you get to that deadlift again, you're ready physically and psychologically to PR again. And you do. And you will. That's the whole point. That's one of the big reasons you rotate the exercises. It's for psychological buildup. It builds confidence. It programs your brain to PR, and it programs your brain to say, I get stronger every week, and I'm a damn winner. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.